But I specifically remember this. I remember this specifically. Not this. I'll show you which one. Also, they hate when Messi plays like that because, you know, he's too strong and they don't like that he uses his powers to make it an advantage for him. And when other players do it to him, there's no problem because they don't believe in his rights. This is the part where, this is my rights, the part where I was doing this at an indoor soccer game, I think. And I translated it on the field, and it was very epic. But yeah, it's like, it's not about stealing fouls, it's about getting fouled and getting back up, but keep pushing on. Like, not faking them. No one does that, but it is what it is. People will kick you, but you have to stand up because they won't give you a card for that. They'll just talk to them and be like, hey, stop fouling, but they won't stop doing it. You have to play past that, but people will say, oh, he was thinking he's better than us. And that's the thing, I'm not. I just have a different set of skills, which is better than yours, yeah. I don't think I'm better than you. Like, take into account this situation. Like, how is it a foul given against Messi? Just because he wants to control the ball how he wants? How is that a foul? You see how he's complaining? He's like, I know I wasn't playing my best there. I was playing at like a Messi level, but not at my level, which is better than Messi's level. But there's no foul there. I'm not hurting him, you know. He fell on his own ass. That's his problem. He was trying to grab. So how do you want me to explain that he lost his balance because he can't move his body like that? And I did. And that's wrong. You know, it's not wrong to move around in the soccer field. That's the thing. They say, oh, you can't slide tackle. But it is part of the game. One time I even got a penalty against me that I slid at the ball when the guy was running at the goal. But I caught him cleanly, even though my ankle was already sprained. He didn't take damage. But they got mad at me, like, oh, he has work next day. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know, but I didn't know that penalties were like that. If you're going to explain the rules in an arbitrary way, at least be honest about it, you know? And just say, oh, you can't do that because you feel bad for him. But if he did that to me, you wouldn't feel bad at all. Okay, moving on. I'm not one to complain as much, but when I hear people like that, I always tell them this. But it's not about that. It's about being the best. Mira, bobo, anda pa' allá, bobo, anda pa' allá.
Tranquilo, Leo.
Anda pa' allá.
Bueno, Leo, quedaste un poco...
Anda pa' allá. Anda pa' allá, anda pa' allá, anda pa' allá. Let's see, this is the racism that I've experienced in my life. Why am I having this situation? I just want to search a video. Like, why can't it just come up? I don't care about her. I just want to see, maybe it's in the moments video? I don't want to see all of this. I just want to see the part where, yeah, this part. This is racism, bro. This is what my little brother does. My older brother does. Here it comes. Let's watch this.
How do you do numbers?
Basically, I'm Fedmeister, and this is the video part. Look at the racism here. Watch what she says on Fedmeister does it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Stop. Really? Stop.
I was like,
it's just not as Hawaii.
I was like, here's my chance. It was bad then.
Categories?
You see? It's like, you see what I mean? It's not about how you look per se. It's about what you bring to the table. And she doesn't care about that. How you look. Not because she's already good looking, but it's because she's a snob. And that's the difference here. No, there's not a kawaii. Okay, you have your preference, but don't be racist, you know? Like I always say, like, what's wrong with, what if someone prefers the deeper voice? Not as, Japanese, per se. what it is. That's why, different people can't stand each other, but it's not because we hate each other. I don't hate her, but she probably hated me. And that's why she tried to expose me and what Ariana Grande did together. They tried to do that together. Because that's what she was told by Ariana Grande, to hate me because of what I did to her. And this was in the 2018 era. The thing that happened with Ariana Grande was the 2017 era. So Pokemon caught wind of that, of course, because they're all interconnected. And this world is interconnected with the government and all the jails and asylums. But let's not get into that. Because she was like, she was basically low-key on my dick in a bad way. On my shit in a bad way, not on my dick. If it was on my dick, it'd be in a positive way, right? But on my shit, like, basically saying, like, basically, what the fuck? I don't want to see that. See, she's not that pretty, looking at her like this. Maybe her eyebrows, like, eyelashes are kawaii, but it's not like she's, like, really pretty. Especially not nowadays. But yeah, let's leave it at that. Arguing. Let's look at the arguing part. This would be the same thing that would happen with Ariana Grande if this was the case. Oh, she has a time limit on Twitch. She does that now. That's cool because it's very addicting per se. Be on the internet all day, and they never kissed. Don't get that wrong. Probably get someone else though. I don't really care though. That's not a problem. I don't know who Sophia Martinez is, so maybe I'm not Messi. Maybe I'm Ronaldo. Maybe I'm Ronaldo. Maybe I'm not Messi. Maybe I'm Messi or something. But I think in my career I would get more yellow cards. So because I play like Roy Keane. He slide tackles all the time. That's who I play like. And yeah. This actually happened. I remember this. This Pammer. She looks like a teacher there.
My mic is
Actually, looks like an expressive teacher, like one of those teachers who teaches kindergartners, but like attractive.
I know my mic. This motherfucker, she is in my Discord.
Watch more fits. Love you.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, he came out with a new video recently. But it's CSGO.
She's jumping in and out of the Discord.
Your subconscious.
Ah! Watch, if she comes back in, tell her to go. Ah!
See, Brandon would hate that
I'm
voice.
just trying to
screaming
like
at
hop in and out of the Discord. What a meme.
him. What a meme. Yeah, that's a meme right there. You know why it's a meme, right?
Oh, I think I got it pretty bad. What? Is my mic
whispering? It's super weird.
What?
Like you said, it's kawaii. I don't
I'm
think it's
trying to say, why
kawaii.
did you get a haircut? He's expecting it now. I can't do it anymore. Think it's your bits Rory. Think it's your bits Mackin. Hey, what playlist you listening to? I literally put in Drake's best songs or some shit.
Yeah, Kimmy is looking a lot thicker. She was this
He's just
thick.
making fun of you.
Now she's
Yeah.
this thick.
That's really inappropriate to say on stream.
It's not that inappropriate. Who cares? It's not like my career wasn't in jeopardy anyways. It's not inappropriate.
Come back! Hey, come back here!
She's trolling, bro. She's laughing. She wants to just keep laughing.
It's really not. It's
no, here we go.
not. Okay.
We respect women in this
Hey, Mom,
house.
you're
We
this
respect
thick
women
as
in
well.
this
Okay. Are you
We
happy
do
now?
respect women, but we also say the honest truth about women,
Yes,
right?
and it's okay. I'm complimenting you guys. All right.
Mhm.
You all. Hey. If you really want me, if you want me to compliment you too.
Not objectifying.
You
We
are
say
very thick.
grab myself look sexy, which you never will, but
I'm not objectifying complimenting. There's a difference.
then he would be like, oh, you're not objectifying, you're paying me a compliment.
I answered.
I'll pick up your fruit bowl with one hand.
It's not! Because you don't, I'm sorry.
That's equally fucked up.
What was it they said? I said, basically.
Because you don't, I'm sorry.
Why don't you say we have thick personalities?
Objectify.
Because it's not that deep of a deal. It's not like we analyze it.
Because you don't, I'm sorry.
You don't know.
That's equally fucked up.
What's your social security number? 581
See, that's 7 months. J103
085 401.
That was the most of the
Chat, we respect women out here, okay? Can I just say?
But in different ways that we use.
Arsenal or
I
Chelsea?
think
Fine,
his
Arsenal.
eyebrows are super girly. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
There's no way my eyes are just watery. Or sorry, just. I was wearing makeup 2 days ago though.
Makeup, that's funny. Just showing.
Respect women. Agreed.
Yo,
Respect
GSPN, just
women.
go to Twitch Prime.
Thank you,
Said, do you dye
Siba,
your
for
hair red?
subbing. Welcome.
Next time, I don't
Same
even know if I
thing.
want to continue dyeing my hair.
This is so awkward though.
Dude, I just feel like
Janet
I have free reign on someone else's stream. This is so great.
You do. You always have had
Janet
that
taught him how to use.
benefit of the doubt.
His fit has changed. No, Janet didn't teach me how to use makeup. Listen, it's not that hard to use makeup. You just put it on your face and then you spread it. That's it. That's literally it. It's the easiest thing.
So weird, bro. Like,
Alright, she's watching
says
that.
these nuts, but she says respect women.
Alright.
Fuck! Exit! Goodbye!
Yeah, sure. Now let's watch this part.
Do you guys want to know what my Twitter limit is?
Twitter
I'm
limit? I thought
not
it was
even
Twitch.
playing right now.
Whatever,
I
same
think
thing.
Twitter is so ass for your mental health that my time limit on it is 10 minutes.
Cool story, bro. I was saying that. Also, I made this song. What do you call it? Who We Are Folk music video. Lost in the Frost, featuring It's Foco, something like that.
Cheez-It, un sabor que sorprende a todos.
So this is it based on this song? I forget, man. I can't click it. Let me just search for Lost in the Frost. Kodo. That's Kodo. It doesn't come up either. That's kind of weird, right? Sorry for my names, but I don't give a fuck. Because I can give a fuck when I stop giving a fuck about things that are good or bad. I mean, naive or not good or bad, but naive or depressed. I'm actually happy, you know? I'm free. And of course people will say it's good or bad, but it's not. It's about being naive and depressed. But if you have you're truly free, you experience happiness. You may see shutdowns. That's crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. The song is so cheesy when I think about it, but it's pretty good. Not my worst work. Pretty mid. Take it though. This is what.
That was fucking weird.
I basically rejected him, and then he did like a stream fundraiser and asked everybody, all of my friends, to go on a trip with him, and didn't invite me. There you go.
What's wrong with that? You rejected him, right?
Talk about yes.
I remember. No, that's. Oh yeah, I remember.
Good
now.
times. Oh, and then he threatened to sue me for defamation. And
That
I
was-
also
that
showed
was the weird
defamation.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really
Then
weird.
we memed about that defamation thing.
Remember?
That was fucking weird.
I basically rejected him, and then he did like a stream fundraiser and asked everybody,
That's probably
all
me.
of my friends, to go on a trip with him, and didn't invite me. There you go.
Yeah, so that's a problem.
Talk. Yes.
I remember. No, that's. Oh yeah, I remember.
Good
now.
times. Oh, and then he threatened to sue me for defamation. And
That
I
was-
also showed
that was the weird
defamation.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really
What
weird.
do we mean about that defamation?
Hold up, let's get on with this.
That was fucking weird.
I basically rejected him, and then he
Rejecting
did like
it, okay.
a stream
A stream
fundraiser and asked everybody,
fundraiser.
all of my friends, to go on a trip with him, and didn't invite me. There you go.
Yeah, basically saying who's loyal. No one is.
Yes.
I remember. No, that's. Oh yeah, I remember.
Hold up.
Talk. Yes.
I remember. No, that's. Oh yeah, I remember.
Good
now.
times.
It's about the
Oh, and then he
DMs, you
threatened
see?
to sue me for defamation. And I also
that
showed
was weird.
Yes.
I remember. No, that's.
These are not
Good
friends,
times.
you know?
Oh, and then he threatened to sue me for defamation. And I
That was-
also showed
Oh yeah, I remember.
good times. Oh, and then he threatened to sue me for defamation.
Act
And
like
I
you don't
also
remember.
showed
That was the weird
defamation.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
was
know that
really
part.
What
weird.
do we mean about that defamation thing?
Remember?
That was fucking
Whatever. I don't know. Like, remember, like, who cares what you remember? You weren't part of it, you know? My life is actually different than what your life is like. I have to think I'm part of your lives. Did he actually dance with the referee? I used to wear those kind of shoes. Not right now, those. The one on the other one. I was defense. I used to wear these shoes, like him. This guy right to the right of Ronaldo in this picture. Not Chablogu. 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 The other guy. Yeah, basically I helped all these people out, and what do they get out of it? They got absolutely shit on. That's why I don't feel bad. Ariana Grande's music career is worse. She doesn't have any new songs coming out. It is what it is, man. And that's why this is the end of an era. It's like she's not gonna be making new songs with my song titles on them anymore. She'll probably make her own songs, but she probably won't make a lot of them. But hey, that's just her, who she is, you know. But more reacting is fun for me, but I'm not gonna get time to do that. But what I gotta say is that it's bullshit, you know. It could have been so much better if the world was a fair place. But instead, we have to deal with people who hate each other and their own races and other races and people who dislike each other for no reason. Not just hate, but they just don't like trust each other. I think trust is the most important thing. But when you break that trust, you can't go back to that. But it sends you to bad places. But I don't regret that because I know that I did the right thing. And like, she ain't gonna tie me down. Now I'm on a roll. You know the bitch on the ass floor. You got right now. Got right now. You ain't gonna close your mouth. Cause you ain't gonna tie me down. Tie me down. Tie me down. Yeah, but people will keep talking, you know, but they'll never get to the bottom of it without knowing who I am. Which is ironic because I never got to show the side because of the NDA with Dalton and all that. Basically, they framed me for everything, and I didn't do anything wrong, and I was told to shut the fuck up or I'd get, you know, canceled. Like Pokemon wanted to do. She said that I texted a bunch of women. Maybe I did, but I was underage. I didn't know better. I was doing stupid shit. I wasn't in control. And these women were older than me. And why keep talking to me if you knew I wasn't part of your organization or cult? Which is the Illuminati, by the way. That's why I was doing it. Not because I was young and turned on by these older women or wanted to flirt with all of them. I was doing it as a way to cope with the pressure of getting broken up with Ariana Grande where she cheated on me. And also because I was still naive. And after that, the cheating happened. But because I knew that they would come after me anyway. But it was because of the coping that these women have as well, because I was talking to them, but I wasn't saying stuff like, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass or some shit. I was like, hey, wanna kiss or something, wanna do have a nice time. Like, it wasn't like, hey, bitch, suck my dick, eat my asshole, because I'm a porn star, or something. Like, let me eat your asshole because I'm a porn star and I wanna come on your fucking, in your pussy and give you a kid. No. You only do that with a couple, right? But you say, hey, I'm interested in you. I'd like to get to know you. I didn't know their ages, but they didn't know mine either, right? So there's no problem there. Unless I thought there wasn't a problem, but there is. But I didn't know, because being overly forward isn't the way to get canceled, but in a job, per se, it is. And it wasn't my job, but that's what I was Pokemon's editor, who was, wanking it. But hey, she was leading me on as well. So let's dive into that. And Ariana Grande did first at the beginning. And what I'm trying to say is that basically all these people made it seem that I was a horrible person when I did all the work for them, the heavy lifting. And sure, I stepped out of line a few times, but they did worse than I did. And I think that there should be no reason for someone to suffer consequences that they didn't make when they were the right age. And even if they were, what's the problem? What if she was the younger one and I was the older one? Comparing me to Ariana Grande, I'm 29 right now, she's 32 or something. What if we were flirting and I was 19 and she was 16? What's the big deal? I don't really care. Like, it's an age difference. What about it? Sure, I'll go to jail for that, but I don't give two fucking shits about it. Moving on. With Pokimane, basically I was framed by Ariana, and Pokimane knew all about it, and acted like I had ulterior motives, like trying to steal her money, her empire, of Ariana Grande, everyone. I didn't care about that. I wanted to make music. I didn't care about that. I wanted to make music, and these people took it out of context. I was basically singing before I even met them on my computer or in my life. I was meowing like a cat when I was 4 years old. That's basically singing. I was like, meow. I was trying to get a high C out of my voice, just making the sounds. So there's no reason for me to be like, oh, they made my career. No. I started singing since I was a child. And basically, I met the wrong people, and Ariana and Pokimane, and they messed up my life. But Ariana did first, and Pokimane was like, oh, I don't care about him. I'm just going to say I do, and then act like he's a sexual predator, when in reality, did Ariana Grande ever think I was a sexual predator? I don't think so. She just thought I was an asshole. At most, A liar, maybe, to her, in her eyes, but did I ever sexually predate with her? So why would Pokemon think that I would do the same to her or her friends? There's no basis there, so I just wish them luck, and they can go fuck themselves, but that's not the point. Good luck is basically good luck, like the best of luck, because you're gonna need it. And it's just that Ariana basically snitched that I threw a book at her on March 1st, 2017, at Philadelphia's Fargo Center. I took the bus and I threw the book of hearts at her, and she reacted negatively because the whole world imploded on me. But yeah, it was just a ridiculous request for me to make the snooze fest work. I'm like doing all the effort, and like it's bogus that I get accused and then cancel off the internet just because she didn't see eye to eye with me. And I made everything for them, and this is how I get treated. And that's why I don't agree with people being nice to each other sometimes. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I'm like cautious and in between, because I'm not naive. I'm not nice, right? But I'm not mean. I'm not depressed. I'm not like, go fuck yourself. I'm sad all the time. I'm like, hey, let's be friends, but don't betray me. We gotta be close, but we don't have to be super close. And I realize it now. I'm like, we can be acquaintances and still be friends, friendly-ish. But you can't trust someone in the Illuminati, is what I'm trying to say. And being friendly with your family is difficult because they don't like you either. You weren't born into their family. Friends are friends that you meet, but family's more important. But sometimes they don't respect you as friends either. Like my little brother, I've been talking for 2 hours straight, and he acts like I don't even exist, When in reality, it's just we're brothers, and he doesn't find me appealing as a person. It's like, we're friends, though, to me, but in his eyes, we're not, so I just try my best with people. Now, it's not about being nice or mean. It's about trying your best. Doing the right thing, being a good person, trying your best. People. There is no try, there is do. But doing the best you can. Doing what you can is basically what I try to do. My limits are pretty clear. I'm not perfect person, both in action and behavior, but I've reformed and I've become slightly more progressed in my attitude. And one day, if I made it out of the situation, I would have liked to have been old and just, learning more about the world and finding out new places instead of talking about them. But hey, you can't control your destiny. You can only control what you apply to that destiny. Hopefully, it will have a positive impact, but it doesn't seem like it will. But at least I was positive compared to those people, right? Even though they won't admit it, and they poisoned me for fucking with red gelatin from snack packs made with real blood. Oh yeah, that's a good one. What would the blood do? Oh, it would poison your organs until you collapse and die on the floor. Or get stabbed by a werewolf. Or a vampire or something, or a fucking demon. From the Illuminati that was sent by all these corporate government organizations. Or a zombie. Hopefully I just go with God. But these people, I hope that they find God. And they make do with what they have done and be better people. Because we try our best to do the right thing, but we have to agree to disagree sometimes, and I disagree with them, but I have to agree with myself. Because as much as I prefer other people than myself, I'm not exactly the most appealing person. I know that there's limits to self-deprecation nowadays, and it makes me know that I'm correct in how I feel and process these things. And it's not about having an ego either, or either, whatever you want to say it as, either. It's about knowing how you are, knowing what you represent as a person, and knowing who you seem to project yourself as. And I figured that out now. I want to be as positive as I can be, because I know that it brings me better things, and other people better things as well, especially. Other people especially, but me especially as well, but mostly especially for God. I can choose myself or other people in a situation, but I know that I want to save people. I know that me being a person, I want to save myself as well, though. But saving myself comes first, right? Maybe. That's why I'm not as nice, but it's because I learned from my mistakes. But God is above all, and saving other people is important, but you can't save everybody. You can only tell them advice like how I'm doing now. Of course, you do your best, and that's about it. You gotta do your best regardless of the outcome. These people will stop at nothing, and you have to stop at everything. Giving them everything, because you have to realize self-control. And you give everything and you get betrayed, and you just gotta take it and remember the pain that they caused. Like Goku says. And just move along, because that's what you gotta do with you can expose them or not. That's the decision you gotta make, but if you expose them, you'll end up getting killed by Illuminati, so be careful with what you do. But let's get into this because it's the meat of the matter. basically, you don't have to expose them, although you do it in your mind or in videos if you're already fucked, you know? But yeah, hope people see this because they'll understand the complexities of the situation and the shedding of the light on this darkness of this manipulative industry of Illuminati. And that is what it is. They send out, well, people that are destructive. They're not people, they're demons that are destructive that work against you. And you have to be mature and superior in your behavior and attitude to make sure that you don't act like these things are important. And don't give in to that shit. Make sure you remember those words. And basically, don't do things that you regret, but also do things because it's for the love of the game. So I play soccer, right? But don't forget where you came from, especially. And not especially, but remember this. Don't break laws that you would break at all. Like if you believe in something strongly, don't go against what you think. But also don't show what you think. Only do it in your house. Because that's where you're safe. Even if you aren't safe, you're safer. As long as you're not on the internet posting videos, you're as safe as you can be, hopefully. And because I think all this trouble started when I posted. Before I was living in a poor apartment. I mean, I still am, but I didn't have to meet any of the people who were absolutely criminals. Like, sure, I was a vagabond, a person of sadness and causing mayhem, but I wasn't a total criminal. There's a difference, and that's what they are. Ariana Grande, Pokemon, they're all part of the Illuminati industry, and you have to be wary of anyone. Not anyone, but everyone. You have to be yourself, but also not yourself. You and your attitude, behavior will be yours, but your product, who you become, is an entity in the world, and who you get to decide to be is not dependent on you. It's dependent on what the people in the Illuminati industry control you to be and they want to make you submissive. Don't be, but also don't show them you aren't. And learn that they don't want the best for you, but you do. After you shared dissonance, and you have to make that clear to yourself, but not to them. And clearly, it's having a positive effect for me because I learned that you shouldn't talk to these people, and my life's gotten much better, even if I'm suffering and dying. So may I rest in peace with my sister, because we didn't deserve to go out this way. I don't know what happened to her. Maybe it was ordained by them, but I definitely was ordained by them to suffer. A bunch of geese screaming outside. But also, I was ordained to suffer, but I know that it's because of them. But hey, I can't control the outcome. I can only control my destiny. Decisions, not my I control the outcome of my decisions, but not my destiny or destination. But I know that making the right choice, part of the God of creation's plan. God, not the Illuminati industry. And God is with us always. And stay away from the industry, which is the Illuminati, and make your way through the world without knowing any of them. I wish I was born on a remote island, and I would never have to find out about those things. Sure, I'd be piss poor, but at least I wouldn't have to deal with people trying to take my life away permanently. I'd rather have my natural causes than by poisoning slowly, methodically, destructionizing of the situation, of me, my situation. And you're force-fed lies in these situations, so you just gotta realize and comprehend that, sure, you learn more experiences, but at the cost of your person, it's not worth it. It's not worth knowing really beautiful women if in the world you suffer for all your remainder. You're like, only got this one thing, two things, but I don't have anything else, and I don't have that either at this point, anymore. I don't have that. I don't have what I used to have, which is companionship, which was never real, by the way. And I lost all my abilities to use my situation to my advantage, which was never to my advantage to begin with. So never trade anything for anything that you want that isn't bought by you. If you actually, like in the real world, don't act like buying something in the fake world is something that you can possess, or else you become possessed by poison. And also, don't be creative in terms of exposing them. I'm only doing this because I am fucked, basically. And they all worship, you know what? The wrong thing that is not God. So avoid these things at all costs that I just mentioned. The people that don't worship God, they worship the opposite of God. And don't create for them. Create in your own privacy, but always remember that you're never really private. So while you're creating, always remember that you have to work instead of creating, because that's how you get paid. And don't worry about getting laid. It's not going to happen, because the world is rigged against us, and you don't get to say in the matter. So just avoid Ariana Grande, Pokemon in the industry, Illuminati people like the plague, because that's what they are, a plague. And don't let them get to you, and be the best you can be. And never turn your back on these people, because they'll stab you right in the back. And understand that they're not your friends, and you can have friends which are like me, but you can never talk to them personally like I'm talking to you right now. You can only talk to them about kind of topics like this, but never get into detail, because that's where you wind up in the fail zone, which is your body will fail because you're poisoned with Illuminati poison. But yeah, it's very nuanced, but putting it blunt, like concisely, they don't care about you. It's a cutthroat industry, like they say, because it's actually Illuminati, and they don't want you to survive. They want you to use your product and then throw you into the oblivion. Because they don't have compassion. So avoid Ariana Grande, Pokemon. As beautiful as they are, you can't stay near these people because they're not just toxic, they're deadly. And you have to realize that you can't negotiate with that in one way or another. Because God is the one that negotiates everything. And they are horrible. So stay back and don't interact. But never turn your back. But also try to have fun with your life, regardless. And don't let them take the joy away from your existence. But never go near them at all. Like, if you think about something that's tempting to you, never participate in it. It can lead you to worse things. Always be a noble person. Even if you aren't perfect, you might jerk off a few times, But the thing is, you gotta be bigger than what you were yesterday. Not really, but you can't be weak and not noble. Nobleness is knowing not to touch a girl's ass in public when you're not her boyfriend, because that's rape. Not stealing. Not taking someone's wife by cheating like Ariana Grande did. These people have no morals. You know what I'm saying? And Ariana Grande doesn't have morals. She's a thief, but a really obvious thief. Like, and she's also a donut licker, but and a cheater. But let's not get into that. And Pokemon's saying gravy, except she doesn't do that in public. But she accuses you of the same things that Ariana Grande does without knowing the context. So just avoid them. They don't mean what they say. They just mean what the entity that controls them tells them to say. And they don't mean to be good. That's all they're, like I would call it, they belong to the streets, and all of them, not just the people who made mistakes that weren't perfect, that were actually bad people. No, horrible people as well. Like, I understand I made a mistake. I stole something from a soda store in my neighborhood when I was in New York. It was one soda. I didn't mean it. I was like, oh shit, I did the wrong thing. I shouldn't have done that at all. I felt really bad after I drank that thing. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're constantly doing that and don't regret it, that's the problem. I think I knew better, but I didn't know to not do it because I didn't know the 10 Commandments yet. I hadn't found my whole definition of everything in my life, and I knew that I was gonna do a crime, but I didn't know what the consequence would be for being. I always analyze the hypotheticals and what a cop would do if he caught me on camera or not. Like, if they didn't catch me at all and they wound up doing it. But this is a whole watch by the Illuminati industry. But what I'm trying to say is, don't hold up. If people will manipulate you, like I'm very persuading, but I'm not manipulative, and avoid them because they're wolves in sheep's clothing. And while you might not be a sheep per se, maybe a black sheep, you're not a wolf, and that's a difference right there. I think hopefully in the eyes of the Lord, the black sheep is forgiven because his sin is taken away from being black, but he's still a sheep. And if it was a white sheep and like a cloud, a sheep becomes a cloud because he's like a cloud of light, hopefully. Although this cloud doesn't say stormy for the black sheep because he's black, and the cloud is stormy. Clouds are darker when they're stormy. And hopefully, everything goes well for the sheep of the world. And I'm not talking about the hive mind sheep. I'm talking about the sheep of the pastor, the Lord and Savior, God. And these people don't believe in that. So God above all, man, and stay true to that. But don't let them know God is number one, and they just want to have fun. But at the end of the day, God rewards those who help themselves, not those who are like Santa and expect the Christmas elves like me to help them with everything. And also, God rewards those who spread kindness, who don't spread lies and misinformation. What I spread was not misinformation; it was misguided information, but it wasn't misinformation. It was coming from a place of pain, but it wasn't like I was doing it intentionally. I think in that era when I stole the soda, I was also depressed. I was still thirsty, but I was depressed. I wasn't totally thirsty, but I was dying though. So, I regret doing that, but it's a different transition, of the situation. Not about the soda, about the thing I said before that, about the misguided versus misinformation, misguided information versus misinformation, and yeah, They don't have a good, like, their family tree believes in other ideologies which aren't conducive to God's will, and God is the one who made us be positive people. He gave us all the blessings we have, so avoid them because they don't bring you blessings, and God does. God is almighty over all. I respect and I admire and I receive His divine spirit. I know these people may achieve more goals than you. In the reality of the world, God will make the situation correct and make us all be known to be in His presence. So if you made the wrong decisions, He will not listen to what you have to say for more than what you get the chance to do as to say, because He saw all of it. But that Illuminati also saw all of it. But I don't know how that works. I just know that God is the way to go, and not these hoes and or people who support these hoes with their bad behavior and evil behavior. And I'm not talking about being simps. I'm talking about in general, a simp for the public, a simp for also a simp for looks and whatever they have influence, physical power of the land. You know, everything that's not about God. So simping in any way, if it's done intentionally and without remorse, is not godlike, and God will make sure that they don't get the reinforcement that is positive through His will. But He will judge because you have to believe in the right thing, and that's positive behavior. And you have to see eye to eye with God on that. And if you don't, you're not in part of the situation, which is good. And you have to know that God is the person who keeps us there in the world. He makes sure that we are all right. Not the cults these people believe in, which is the Illuminati. I believe in another thing, which is God. And if I die for it, so may be it. But Ariana and Pokemon will never get a taste of what God's will is. Not because I died, or because I didn't give them, and also God didn't give them the positive validation they needed. And no matter who you are, you think you're better than me, Ariana Grande, Pokemon, God is better than all of us. So your laugh's on you, man. Joke's on you, and who's laughing now? I'm God, but God is never gone. So you lose. I may be gone, but God will never leave. As long as I pass this down, and God sees that I did, and He knows that God passed it down first, God is with the people who did the right thing. And He'll make sure that He gets this justice at the end. I'm done playing pretend, and God is my friend. And I'm gonna just click send, right? Bye.